guys what I discovered this morning. So I have two bank accounts, right? I have Navy Federal and I have America First. And my America First account, I don't really use because I just kind of use it to pay my car payment and that's about it. So I always keep $1 in the account because if you don't have anything in your account, they will close it. So mind you, I only have $1 in that account. Well, I keep my Navy Federal on my Apple Pay, and then my America First is connected to my Cash App, right? And I used to have my Navy Federal card connected to my Cash App, but I switched it. So sometimes my mom asks me to send her money, like, for whatever, household stuff or whatever, like I pay for something, whatever. So, or she'll give me cash and I'll just send her the money. And so she uses Cash App. She's a Cash App girl. Mm-hmm. So I had been Cash Apping her like 150, 60, da da da. And so today I opened my my America First like app to see, like, I don't know, I just always check. And it is overdrawn nearly $400. I go look at the transactions, it's me. It's me Cash Apping my mom.
Oh.
And I'm thinking I'm taking money from my Navy Federal account because I only keep $1 in this account. So I'm like, holy fucking shit. And that adds up because I'm like, and that's because I was overdrawing an account that only had $1 in it.
Wait, so what'd you do?
Oh, it's still overdrawn. I just put like $80 for right now. And then when I pay my car payment, I'll pay it off. But it's just like that is insane.
You're like, who the fuck is robbing me?
I'm like, oh,
whole time is just here.
You know what? Unpopular opinion. Voting should not be a right.
What?
No, hear me out. Voting shouldn't be a right. First of all, voting is not even a right because technically people in jail can't vote. And they're changing that for Nevada soon, I think like this year or something.
I think California just changed it.
Yeah. So first of all, if it was a right, then everybody would have the right to it. So I feel like it hurts the polls. And let me tell you why. The other day, I was at work and I was talking to my coworker who's already a little kooky, but, nonetheless, I still listen to what she has to say. And she was like, how did Donald Trump become president? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, how did Donald Trump become president? I was like, well, he ran, he did this. Mm-hmm. And, she's like, but he does business. And I was like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? And she was like, you have to serve 7 years on Congress before you can become president. And so I'm like, what are you talking about, lady? She's like, no, yeah, you have to be a mayor, you have to be a senator, and then you have to serve on Congress for like 7 years before you can become president. And I was like, that's not true. This lady literally starts arguing with me, going back and forth. And she's like, no, yeah, you do that. And I was like, no, there's only 3 requirements to become president. You have to be a natural born U.S. citizen. You have to be a resident of the United States for 14 years. And you have to be at least 35 years old. Mm-hmm. And she's telling me no. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, well, I grew up in California, so maybe in California they teach us different. And I'm like, no, we all live in the United States. Like, this made me have an epiphany. I was like, maybe voting shouldn't be a right because people who don't know how the government works, like, there should just be some type of competency test because it really hurts our poll. Then she goes on to say, like, because you know how there's a war right now in Gaza? This lady was like, well, the president has the ultimate say. And I was like, no, it actually has to like be voted on Congress. She was like, no, if the president vetoes it, it's an automatic go. And I'm like, that is not how it works at all. And so then I was just like, yeah, we should just really take voting rights away. And like people should have to take a competency test and you should have to know how the government works. Because why do immigrants who come to our country and want to be a citizen have to take a test? Literally, those immigrants know more than the actual U.S. citizens. Because have you ever taken that test? Have you ever, like, obviously not you, but like, have you ever like seen the test?
Yeah, I've seen that test.
Half of the American people don't even know the answers to that test.
I think that's why they don't do it because they know nobody would be.
But think about it. Then it would limit. And then think about how many people voted for Obama because he was black. Because I know my family did.
No, have you seen those one videos of like when Donald Trump was president? Or when he was running again against Joe Biden and that one guy would go on like at the Trump rallies and would ask them about stuff and they would answer
and they wouldn't even know.
Fucking wrong, bro.
See, those people, maybe Donald Trump wouldn't have been president if we didn't have dumb people voted. This is why the United States is a joke.
Is Joe Biden running again?
Oh no, but he needs to sit his ass down and somebody needs to put him in a retirement home. When I was talking to my coworker, I was like, yeah, I think presidents shouldn't, like, they should put a cap on the age to be president because you shouldn't be 80 and there. I need someone who relates more to me. And she's like, no, that's what's wrong with the world. Too many young people.
Too many young people? Bitch, like we can control our age.
She's like, no, she's like actually crazy.
Cuckoo. Is she white?
No, she's black. That scares me even more. That's the scary part. Anyways, I have another coworker. Guys, my job is crazy. This coworker started dating this other girl that works at our job or used to work at our job, and they ended up moving in together. And I was actually surprised they started dating because she gave me very lesbian energy, which was confirmed when she proposed to him. So
which was confirmed. Why did she ever say why she proposed to him?
She never came off to me as someone who wants to be married, and I actually think she told me she didn't want to, but I don't really talk to her that much anymore because she doesn't work at my job anymore. But he was the one who told me that she proposed to him, and I said, oh, well, did you say yes? And he said, no, I have to think about it.
So,
well, he's moving out in a couple months. I don't know if she knows that.
Oh,
dude, this coworker actually, he like fucks girls our age.
How old
and
is
like he's in his 50s. And it's not like he's in his 50s and like has money, because like we're literally working at the same job. I know how much your check is. And he like takes them to Circus in the hotel rooms of Circus and has sex with them.
What?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll get us a hotel room, da 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 da. And these girls are crazy.
He brags about that?
Yeah. Like going to clubs, meeting up with girls like our age, and doing things like that. And it makes me wonder, what category girls we talking about? Because I'm looking at this nigga like, he ugly. You couldn't pay me to have sex with him. If they were like, lying. If they were like, have sex with him or shoot your mom, oh, mom, I'm so sorry.
So he's ugly, got no money, but he fucking girls.
Ugly, got no money. His car note, it's like $800.
Yeah, he lying. He lying.
But he's not, because I've witnessed. Like, what? Yes, and I don't know. He's like, I got that touch. I'm just like, who are these girls?
These girls just be too horny, man. I'm telling you.
I don't know. Or maybe it's like the hot Cheeto girls. But actually, you know what? The hot Cheeto girls know something we don't.
What?
Think about how many hot Cheeto girls you know. Think about how many of them got a man or multiple men spending hella money on them. Because I know this one hot Cheeto girl, she just got a fucking... And he's like, this is what you get for being loyal, da 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 da. And I'm thinking, I don't got no niggas buying me no Rolex. She knows something I don't.
Do you also want to be selling coochie or no? What? Then,
but I shouldn't even have to get to the point of selling coochie. You should just see me and want to buy me a Rolex.
Drake, if you ever come across our podcast, I'm still mad that I didn't get that Chanel.
Stop going.
Or didn't get that 50K at your concert.
Third week. I lied.
If you saw Drake right now, what would you tell him?
Why you not in my bed? If I saw Drake right now, I'd ask him two things. One thing, he probably doesn't even remember it, but it's something associated with something I can't talk about. But that might just get us viral right there. Like that clip saying it's something associated. They're going to be like, what does she know? How does she know Drake?
Yeah.
Shit. Don't worry about it. I'm going to just leave it at that. Anyways. And then, I don't know what to ask. What would you ask?
If I was walking down the street and I saw Drake, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love your music so much. Oh, and then I would segue into talking about his concert in Vegas and how it was there. And then I'd be like, oh my God, can I? And then I talk about his drink and how he'd be like streaming and stuff like that, try to make a connection with my baby Drake. And then I'd make a joke about how he didn't give a Chanel in Vegas and how he didn't like Vegas people. And then I take a picture with him.
I would talk about how every moment is destined and everything happens for a reason. And like his song, everything is a part of God's plan. And hopefully that would convince him to pay my tuition, put me in a penthouse, get me a Mercedes, and continue supporting me
No,
throughout
I'd
life.
low-key be like, I'm a struggling like college student. Like,
He
I'm so
loves the
sorry.
girls in college.
You know, give me I just need a chance. Like, didn't you start from the bottom?
It's like invest in this is
Started
an
from the
investment.
bottom, now
Actually,
we
him
here.
doing that for me, like buying me the penthouse, the Benz, all that, paying
It's
for
an
my school, that's an investment.
investment.
Gun to your head. You die, you gotta fuck 3 BBCs. What you choosing?
Gun to my head.
Gun to your head.
And I have to.
You ain't got 3 holes for nothing. I'm just saying.
You go first.
I already told you my answer.
What?
I ain't got 3 holes for nothing.
What?
You gonna die.
Wait. Okay, gun to my head. Or I have to.
You heard what I said. I think she dying, y'all.
Repeat the question one more time for me so I can really understand.
Gun to your head. You gotta fuck 3 BBCs or you dying.
I gotta fuck 3 BBCs?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna fuck the 3 BBCs. The fuck?
Well, at first it just seemed like you was a little skeptical.
I think I need to hear the question one more time.
I think I
Yeah,
said
I'm not dying just because of I gotta fuck 3 BBCs. I'll fuck the 3 BBCs, no problem. Oh my god.
No problem.
I mean, not like that though.
Yeah. She's like, I'll do it regardless.
I promise you.
That's crazy.
I'm not a hoe. Has anybody ever told you like that you give hoe-ish vibes?
No.
Because I've gotten that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
From who? From a guy or from a
From
girl?
a guy. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, but this girl yesterday did tell me I give internalized racism. No, I can't make this up.
Did she say why?
Well, I was like, yeah, I explained it. She was like, well, just the way you talk and you come off very bougie. You took etiquette classes. And I was like, okay, my parents put me in that. She's like, yeah, it just gives internalized racism. Like, she was trying to say, like, I didn't want to be black. Wait, why is being
because
black?
I have manners.
Why is a black person who's educated, like, automatically, why does that automatically give off, like, they don't want to be black? That they're like,
she's the racist.
You're the internalized racist one.
Because what you trying to say right there? Black people can't have manners?
That's what it's like. Every time somebody sees, like, a black person who's, like, highly educated, talks well, maybe, like, even from the suburbs, you know, automatically, like, their first thing. And I've always gotten that. But, like,
I was going to say in high school, a lot of people used to say you were whitewashed.
Yeah, a lot of people will call me whitewashed. And it's like, why? Do you watch Impulsive?
No.
Didn't you used to watch it, though?
I used to, yeah.
Yeah, so Ruby Rose was actually, like, on one episode,
the
latest episode.
I saw snippets.
Ruby Rose said something about, like, Jake Paul giving off, like, hood nigga energy. I get it.
Like that white boy that's from the hood.
Like, grew up in the hood.
That makes sense. Because
yeah, he definitely is. But you know what's crazy? I ain't never seen him dating a black woman.
I don't think that's his type.
They were talking about it on the podcast, too, like, Logan and Mike. She was like, you guys don't look like you date black women. Because they were, like, talking about, you know how the thumbs up or whatever.
They lying. All the girls they've dated.
Skinny, white
Skinny,
bitches.
blonde.
Actually, you know what? Mike is dating a Hispanic woman right now.
Is he?
Yeah. But even if they date, like, Hispanic women, it's the ones that are, like,
that
white passing. Yeah.
Shout out Lana Rose.
They be like, I love Latino women. And go date a Latina with blonde hair.
That's Bryce Hall and Josh Richards, but they don't have blonde hair.
Yeah, like Josh Richards, if you told me that girl was Brazilian, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I used to be, like, obsessed with the Sway Boys.
Really?
Like, that group, yeah. Like, me and, I'll bleep this person's name out, but we used to, like, send TikToks back and forth. I'm like, oh my gosh, da, 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 da. The only person I keep up with, like, is Jaden.
Oh, because you listen to his music.
I can't believe he's dating Stassi.
Dude, I know.
I feel like they're not even on the same social level.
That's what I don't know how that happened. But to be fair, just because Stassi is best friends with Kylie Jenner, her group, she's not that famous.
She isn't.
Like, she's not a celebrity like that.
Yeah.
She's like social media influencer. So I can kind of see how they would
actually
mutual friends. Yeah.
Yep.
How they. But I just wouldn't think that Stassi would go for a guy like him, to be
I
honest.
feel like she's like one of those people. Like, I only date high value men.
Yeah.
Like
celebrities or like actual celebrities.
yeah.
I don't know why, but I feel like my person's not here.
They ain't born yet. Just kidding.
I'm gonna be like that 12-year-old, 17-year-old. Fuck.
Crazy.
No, like not in Vegas.
Oh. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. They've always, I think it's in Mexico, but they've always told me like, you probably get married with someone in Mexico, and I'd be like, fuck no, like I don't want to marry someone from like where my parents are from because I know how they are. But now the more I think about it, I think it is. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I will eventually, or I would want to eventually live
in Mexico.
And yeah, in Mexico.
I feel like my partner is in Europe somewhere. I want to date an Italian.
Italian. You know, they're
people
like the
are so
most
fun.
romantic.
Oh yeah, and I'm a romance girl. Believe
I
it or
heard
not.
Italian men treat their women good. Some of them be knowing how to cook.
So if you Italian, dark features preferably. You know who's Italian? Obviously, this is like a good-looking man, but he's like also just like gorgeous. Jeff Wittick.
Oh, he is Italian.
He's like obviously he's like good looking, but like he's just gorgeous. Like he could be a freaking model. Like he could drop this YouTube shit and just go be a model. Fuck David Dobrik.
Yeah, honestly, he could. He used to date Sierra Ramirez.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna sound so fucked up, but if Jeff had lost his eye in that accident, you know how like, wait, hear me out. You know how like people go like, okay, you know that one male model who went viral for having like 2 different colored eyes.
The one that was in prison.
Yeah, he has 2 different colored eyes, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, he has 2 different colored eyes, and he's so sexy." Or like Fetty Wap, people would still be like, "He's so sexy, and he only got 1 eye." Jeff, you could have capitalized off that shit. A 1-eye male model, that fucking hot.
I don't think he wants to be a model though. He could right now if he wanted.
He has great hair.
Yeah,
like literally.
Or you know what?
Options are endless.
A Mexican man or a British man.
Oh,
gonna be with the Mandem. And London.
Yeah, Jeff Wittick, if you heard that, I swear I was not trying to be.
But a British man that plays football, like soccer over there. Yeah. Yeah, that's my type. That's my type.
Okay. What if you met the love of your life tomorrow?
No.
Yeah. Hypothetical, you met the love of your life tomorrow, but he's bald. 20 and bald.
He wouldn't be the love of my life because he's bald.
Hypothetical. You know what? Fuck it, bro. Anyways.
I'm just saying, he wouldn't be the love of my life.
I need to be famous. I feel like I'm a personality that would do well with fame.
Really?
I'm funny.
You think the hate would get to you?
Huh?
You think the hate would get to you? I'm not listening to anybody that's broke. Because why are you worried about me?
I'm not listening to anyone with 2 followers commenting on my TikToks. Because what you got, really?
I'm not fucking with anyone that's a bum. Did that shit already? I'm not doing that shit again. Gloria swears that Ethan Dolan looks like
Ethan Dolan and Chris Briney.
Chris Briney got a look big ass fucking forehead.
If Chris Briney came up to me and told me, "Hey, Ethan Dolan's my cousin," I'd fucking believe that.
No,
they give off he looks like Ethan but doesn't look like Grayson. Matter of fact, identical twins don't even look alike to me. They share features, but that's a whole different story. Because I have a lot of identical twins on my dad's side of the family. My grandma is an identical twin.
Oh, really?
She don't look like her sister.
Maybe they're fraternal.
No, they're identical. They look alike, but to me, or maybe because it's my family, so I've known them my whole life and I can tell them apart. Maybe. Like all the twins in my family, so I'm like, y'all don't even look alike.
There's always like that one feature.
Like, you know how some people search history, it's just like straight porn? My shit is like some real crazy shit.
Some random
The other day I was on JPay. You know what that is?
No.
The app where you can meet singles in prison.
Why are you on the app?
Because on TikTok, I saw this guy. He was kind of hot. And you can like email them and stuff. But no, you feel me? Like,
yeah, I get what you mean.
I was just like, I just wanted a pen pal.
You know what? That's so funny you bring that up because you know how people can send letters to people in jail?
Yeah.
I want to do that.
That's what I'm saying. But in this one, it's electronic. So you send them like a quote unquote email. But I was just like, I didn't want to do it because I was like, oh my gosh, I hope my stuff is protected because I'm not looking for the love of my life. I just want like a pen pal or whatever. Like, here's somebody's life story. And I'm like, dude, what if it shows like my address and all this stuff and like they show up to my door and like think we're gonna get married? That's how fucking Gypsy Rose met And the D is fire.
It was on that.
They met like through one of those things. I don't know if it was specifically JPEG.
Oh, no,
like,
I knew they met through online. Well,
Yeah.
obviously she was in fucking jail. But don't you think that's fucked up? Like, how her boyfriend at the time did that for her, and she gets out of prison and marries someone else?
Well, to be fair, he was a freaking necrophile trying to rape the corpse. Let's not
What?
forget that. Yes.
Her mom's corpse?
He wanted to rape the mom's corpse after, and Gypsy was like, no, rape me instead. That's a part of the story. They just never show it in like the things.
I don't think they did that in the act.
Yeah. They wasn't about to show that. But like literally, first of all, yeah, you should be jailed for life, you freaking necrophile. Second of all, he did actually commit the murder though. Because I feel like if it was up to Gypsy, it wouldn't have gotten done. He stood on the business.
No, obviously he committed the murder.
So it's not fucked up. You killed her, then you tried to rape her after, you weirdo. So yeah.
I didn't know about the rape part.
Jail for life.
Where does it say that he raped her?
Literally look it up. Like go look at the full story.
No, I'm good.
See?
I don't care that much.
I'm serious. I feel like my soulmate is Italian.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I ever said this to you, but I don't want to marry like an African American. I want to marry, I don't care if like they're of African descent. Like I said, it doesn't matter what race you are. But if I marry someone who's of African descent, I want their family to be from like Ghana or like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I already know what African Americans do. I live that culture. I already know everything about it. I want to like be immersed in a different culture. You know what I'm saying? And get to know it like on another level.
I hope it's an Italian man too. Some flavor.
Yeah. I love Italians.
Some flavor.
I feel like Italian and Black people have a lot
in common.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. We're both loud as fuck. No, Italians are loud. Can I put that in?
You know who's fucking loud?
Who?
Russians.
No, Russian people are loud.
And they speak like if
they're always arguing.
Like if they're always mad at each other, but it's literally just the way they speak.
Black women and Hispanic women also have a lot in common.
Like?
Because that spicy stereotype, like feisty.
Oh, true.
And every time we say something, people automatically assume we're being aggressive.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Because of like the whole spicy Latina thing, like they think as soon as you're saying something, like you have an attitude or something. It's
yeah,
like,
and
that's
I'm
not
like,
true.
Or they're like, are you mad? No.
That's why I feel like I can really relate to my Hispanic women out there because I don't take it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Also, the body shape is kind of similar, like the curve.
We got to band together.
For the most part, I think like Black people and Hispanics get along. It's so whites.
Yeah. And think about it. In like the poor neighborhoods in the United States, it's a lot of Black and Hispanic people. Like we just locked in like that. If you look at the statistics, Hispanic people and Black people are like tied in a lot of things. Like even when it comes to health, like how Black people have high cholesterol and like high blood pressure, it's the same for Hispanic people too. Mm-hmm. Because we just use a lot of salt and stuff in our food.
Yeah.
I had never like had Native American food before.
Me either.
What do they have?
I wonder if there's restaurants here owned by like Native Americans.
Honestly, we should look into that. Yeah. Don't really watch YouTube anymore since the Dolan twins left.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Remember when Ethan Dolan and Emma Chamberlain were
dating?
And that whole group, James Charles. Griffin.
Emma Chamberlain told this story on her podcast about like some guy that she was dating that, because she used to like she has a Nick addiction. I don't know.
Who?
Emma Chamberlain.
She does?
You would never know about it unless you listened to her podcast. Literally, I would never guess. Anyways, it started, she said, when she like moved to LA or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like she said, one of her boyfriend at the time or whatever was like, yeah, like that's fucking gross. Like people who smoke Nick, like bashing her for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just know that shit was Ethan Dolan because on their YouTube channel, they're like, yeah, we don't smoke. We don't fucking smoke. We don't drink alcohol. And they're fucking vegan. Like the healthiest people on earth.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think of Alex Earl?
Alex Earl, I used to not like her because I'm like, this is just another boring white bitch that everyone's obsessed with. I kind of mess with her now, but I still feel this, and it's no shade to her, but it's just like, I know 10 other bitches like it.
Do you know the situation with like her man and her man's ex-girlfriend?
No.
Do you know who Olivia Copo is?
Nope.
Do you know Alex Earl's boyfriend now?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Never
the
mind.
football
I do
guy?
know the beef. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's cute. What's that other football guy's name? It's like Nick something. Not Nick Boza. He like plays college football.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
The one that plays for the New York Giants?
No, he plays college football.
Oh. No, but do you know the guy that plays for the New York Giants?
No.
No, he's Italian.
Let me see him.
Yeah,
I'll be
he's
the
cute.
judge of this. Maybe I have a type. Honestly, I was like one of those people who like, oh, I don't have a type.
Yeah, you used to say that.
I mean, because I don't.
Well,
if you sexy, you sexy. I can't deny.
You just said Italians.
I said my husband is Italian. The guys in between don't count. Anyways, what I was saying when you brought up the thing about Alex Earl is like, you know how, I don't know if you know, but Bryce Hall bought a house here in Vegas. I get it now when people say like, oh, it's dangerous to show your house.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
Okay,
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy. Oh yeah, Tommy
He's-
DeVito's cute.
Do you think he's cute? I think he's really cute. And he's Italian.
Anyways, now I understand what people say when they're like, don't show your house because like people can figure out where you live. And because I live in Vegas and because I'm so into real estate, for people who don't know, I want to be a real estate investor. So like I always look at the real estate market and what's new in Vegas and like what's selling, what's foreclosed. Like I'm on Zillow 24/7. And he posted his house, like the inside, and I know exactly where that man lives. I don't know the exact house, but I know exactly where he lives.
What neighborhood?
He lives in like take that out.
I don't think anybody's gonna go to Briney.
Well, he could like, you never know. Unless someone stalks him and then he uses this as evidence. Because you never know.
True.
The internet, like,
wait, back to the story about Alex Earl.
Well, I already know what happened.
You do?
Yeah, I heard about it on BFF's podcast.
Alex Earl, to me, she's not really relatable. Monet is.
I love Monet McMichael. Back in 2020, when everyone was like chronically online, I feel like it was like normal to have like TikTok crushes. But maybe because it's like now I don't really have time to be on my phone as much as I used to. Like I don't really keep up with like the TikTok boys. And plus, like I said earlier, a lot of them, like Cristiano or whatever, they look young. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Vinny Hacker will always be my number one.
Yeah, Vinny Hacker is like, oh my gosh, Noah Beck.
Noah Beck, honestly,
he's so freaking cute.
He's cute, but he's not really like.
The thing about Noah Beck is like, he looks young, but something about him is very masculine though, but also very feminine at the same time. I think he balances his masculinity and his very well. I think he does a great job.
I will say Noah Beck is like written by a woman,
like Jalen Noble. Like he's like, you know,
him too.
He balances it very well. Like it's just like
a lot of people are getting on him on Twitter because they say he acts too feminine.
No, he doesn't. I feel like that's the type of man I want to date. I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household, right? And my mom never told me about dating. Like I would literally just, sorry mom, I just watch her failed relationships and just like know not what to do. Mm-hmm. And like my dad, he ended up remarrying, but he never even like, you know, those fathers who are like, oh, we're gonna have a daddy-daughter day, or like, oh, my father used to buy me flowers. Like my dad didn't do that. So like I didn't know how a relationship worked. And let me tell you, this is gonna be real controversial. There's 2 guys who are responsible for teaching me like how a man is supposed to like, you know, treat a woman. Mm-hmm. The first guy, Mr. Smith, the art teacher. Aww. He was the most gentle, most patient man. Did you ever notice that about him?
No, because I never had him.
Well, anyways, the most kind, most gentle, most patient man. I used to think in high school, because I had him my freshman year and then I had him again my junior year. Mm-hmm. And I used to think like, oh my gosh, his wife is so freaking lucky because you get to go home. And I wasn't like sexually attracted to him or anything, like, but I was just so drawn to him because he was so like, and he was one of those men who had like a feminine side, but it was very balanced by the masculine. And I'm just so in awe of like, wow, like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just admire him so much. And I like, especially being very patient with me because I'm a horrible artist. Literally, I wish I could freaking put him in a frame and hang him on the wall. Sorry to interrupt the podcast, but this is future me and I'm editing the podcast right now. And I couldn't put in the audio of me talking about the second guy because America's audio was corrupted because she was eating Doritos and we have audio isolation mics. And so it was going to pick up her smacking, which it already was doing throughout this episode. And so she decided to put her mic really far away from her. And I told her that it wasn't going to pick up the audio, but I don't know. You can blame America for this. But anyways, yeah. So that whole clip got cut out. And I'm actually going to include the clip of when I asked her not to eat. And watch, you guys can't hear shit. Can you stop eating the chips? Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Because your mic's way over there and the audio might not catch. Okay. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please comment. Comment things you want to hear us talk about. Yeah, things to debate. because we don't agree on everything.
Honestly,
There's a lot of stuff we do agree on. There's stuff we don't agree on. So comment some things. We're going to have some guests coming on soon, so watch out for that.
And hopefully in the future we start doing video.
And I'm so sorry if the quality of this podcast was not as great as past episodes. We literally just had a freaking brain fart. We wrapping this shit up.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.